forcibly checkmated.
So, if I can start, if everyone's ready.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not my character.
Yeah. Get your character sheets up, tell me when you're all good, and I will start.
I'm good to go.
Mason's
Ready for
conspicuously
June
quiet.
Yeah.
Mason? Mason. Did he mute himself? Am I going
No,
crazy?
it's not muted.
Are we having technical difficulties?
Please stand by.
Ending.
Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Ah,
Hey.
I just refused to speak until my character sheet was pulled up.
Okay, fair.
In true Mason fashion.
Alright. So,
I don't
beginning.
know.
You're all basically just reappeared back on the ship. You reappeared the same way with the Ouroboros in the ground, except this one's being burned into the plating.
Oh,
it's gonna be hard
God.
to explain.
Yeah. Anyway, so the first thing that happens when you all come back is Syl starts coughing up blood. Syl, you have to roll a toughness check not to black out.
What?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. You're just gonna pull this on me out of nowhere?
Yep.
Of course.
It's happening.
And the dice spot broke, didn't it?
Ah.
It would appear as such. No, there it goes.
Oh, there it goes. Okay.
50.
Fairly certain that's not a pass?
Yeah, I don't think you have more than 40 toughness.
Nope.
Alright. So you all see Syl basically go cough up a shitload of blood, then black out. And go thud.
God damn it.
I am immediately so. I will let you know that Jordan has forgotten the name of the medical officer because we haven't talked to him in like 4 sessions.
Gordo!
Gordo, yes.
Happy Gordon.
I'm gonna go ahead and get fucking Apollyon to scramble Gordon to our immediate location. And I'm going to start. Well, I'm going to yell at, I think, Redden, because he is strong, surprisingly. Or stronger than most of us somehow. To help me help get Syl to the fucking medibay.
Alright.
Okay, so while you guys are doing that, Syl,
Oh?
you're blacked out, right?
Yeah?
You remember that void you were in? You couldn't breathe, that nightmare?
Yes?
You're back there.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You can breathe this time, as stated by the fact that your oh no just came out.
Oh. Sir, is this the place where I heard the big scary me?
Nope! You're come up short.
Come up short.
Yeah, I mean, you are pretty short too, but that's probably just because, you know, you're a human.
Who the fuck are you?
Me? I got a lot of names. I guess the one that would fit for you would probably be... Okay, who's doing that?
Doing what?
Sterling.
What?
I think it's your mic that's making a buzzing sound.
Yeah.
I'll just go back to regular muting then.
Okay.
There it goes.
Sorry, it's just that was really hurting my ears and I couldn't concentrate. Anyway. So the voice in the darkness goes, well, I've had many names over the millennia, but I guess the one that would fit the most for you would probably be... Annihilation.
Okay, and that's, it's all well and good, but what are we doing here?
Well, you unfortunately, used my power without first asking. Which means I didn't get to warn you, which means your body is suffering recoil.
Ah,
The blowback of, well, that much power on a regular, untrained human body is quite substantial.
so
You're
that's why
lucky.
the older...
Hmm?
That's why the older me wasn't exactly happy to hear that happened.
Oh, yes. You see, the fact of the matter is, the only reason why your heart is currently still beating is because I'm around. And because instead of being trapped in that goddamn armor for millennia, I'm now trapped in your head.
Okay. So we're going to have to be friends now, aren't we?
Friends, that might work. Although I suppose it's more of a symbiotic relationship than anything.
Well, what does that mean?
Something from you, you take something from me.
That sounds like a friendly arrangement.
That term
Well,
can apply to somebody, something like me.
You're fighting a losing battle if you're trying to convince me not to consider it that.
Right. Okay, then I'm just gonna tell it to you straight.
Okay.
Really strong soul. Don't know why, don't know how. But there's more than enough for you to go through your entire life without ever noticing me skim a little off the top. That, our little deal. Mind you, you didn't really know that deal existed until, well, happened.
Right.
With a little stunt you pulled on the Hive Tyrant, yes?
Right, yeah.
No?
What?
Stunt you pulled on the Hive Tyrant.
Yes, I remember that. You know, the whole flying through the air like a bullet. Okay, am I the only one Mike is cutting out for?
Slightly.
Yeah,
Am I lagging?
No.
I think Mike is, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure because, like, it's saying my connection is green.
Is that a little better?
Is it?
I don't know. I just changed.
Yeah, you responded in like 7 seconds, so yes.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Anyway, what the thing explained to you was that the stun with the Hive Tyrant was its power.
Right, okay. So I guess by accidentally using that, I've kind of already agreed to this little arrangement.
That is why you're here.
Ah,
And with that, the thing that manifests in front of you is none other than your armor. Although it's kind of lacking a body inside it, it's just the hollow armor.
that's a bit unsettling.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who decided that. You know what? I'm not even going to bother trying to explain half of this. All you need to know is you have a choice.
Okay.
Either you can continue on the previous arrangement where, you can pull the powers of annihilation. Mind you, there'll still be a serious cost to your body, but hopefully you won't black out from it. That was me pulling you here so that we could talk. Because after all, I would hate for you to die now that I'm inexplicably bound to you.
So, let me get this, right. If I use your power, it basically starts to eat at me a little bit.
Well, your soul more specifically, which then affects your body. But yes, basically.
And there's no way to transfer that into whatever I'm killing.
No.
Okay.
The only reason why this can work is because for some strange reason, you have an abnormally large soul.
You know, I that's the first time I've ever had something that isn't like a physical insult being thrown at me being called large.
If I wanted to insult you, I mean, I would have probably just taken a different form. But I'm not here to insult nor antagonize you. I'm here to strike a deal. After
Okay.
all, I've been bound in that armor for millennia, and it's really fucking boring sitting in some storehouse somewhere.
So are you telling me that you want to be in my head like that Alervian fellow?
Well, I'm kind of already halfway there, hence why you're currently talking to me right now.
Right.
However, I would like to take up a more permanent residency.
And is you being in my head gonna do anything to my body?
Oh, no, no, no. Thankfully, you have a wonderful little prison that I can, well, be contained in whilst you do not need me.
Ah, so okay. Wait, isn't that a raw deal for you? Because gonna be locked in a prison while I'm not using you.
Oh, gosh. It would look that way if I wasn't a millennia old being. Again, too much to explain right now, but all you need to know is even trapped in there, I can exert influences. I can see through your eyes, control your body to a degree.
Like with the whole annihilation mode thing.
Well, that was more specifically the armor that I was contained in controlling.
Ah,
Another bonus perk is you never really have to worry about, well, not having your armor on you. Well, if the armor is me and I'm contained inside you, that means that your armor is technically a part of you. Little bonus.
that does sound quite good actually.
I know, right? I've been working on this pitch for a while.
And all it does for you is
It comes at a cost.
right. The cost being part of my soul every time I use you? Or is there more to
So,
it than oh wait, yeah, you already said, being able to see through my eyes, take control every now and then.
mind you, I'm not so uncouth as to make you make a decision on a dime. After all, we just met. So, take some time. Think it over.
I mean, I suppose so. I mean, I don't really see too many negatives in it, but I suppose you're only telling me what you want me to know.
So,
Are you a demon?
God, no, I'm not a demon. God, those things are disgusting. No, Again, your race doesn't really have a word for me?
Are you like an embodiment of the old gods that used to be here, like before my planet was introduced to the whole, Inquisition thing? Is that why this is happening? Am I being punished for my? You know what? I'm gonna stop reading into this. Just gonna, think about this. See if I can think of any reason not to take the deal.
Aside from the me ripping a piece of your soul out every time you use the powers of annihilation, which is incredibly painful, by the way.
As evidenced by me, puking up blood and passing out.
Right.
Yeah, I'll talk it over with my group, see if they see any reason I shouldn't do it, and then see if I want to tell them to fuck off because they all get cool powers and I don't.
I know, right?
No idea how much that bothers me. It's like, we're all chosen by the Emperor, but no, Syl doesn't get any cool powers that can be used right off the hand. I have to have 4 pieces of matching equipment.
Oh, speaking of,
Speaking of,
you've been looking for 4 pieces of gear that match each other, right? They're all connected somehow?
yeah.
Well, you take my deal, I might be able to help you with that. But I think we're officially out of time, as they're currently resuscitating you right now. And that means you'll be waking up in about 30 seconds real time.
Okay, so how do I get back here?
Oh, didn't I tell you?
Oh yeah,
Bound to the armor. I'm bound to you. Talking to me is as easy as talking to yourself.
Okay. Well, looks like my time's up then.
As you say my time's up, you come to in the infirmary with Gord standing over you.
You good,
Okay.
Syl? That was a lot of blood.
It
I
was.
could still taste it. Mm.
That's rather disconcerting.
I could still taste the blood. That's... Get some water.
Just relax. Okay, I'll get her some water.
Oh yeah. Oh, why does my everything hurt?
That's a good question, Gordon.
Would
Oh,
assume
that's right.
all that
I
blood.
know. So I've got some explaining to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get that water first?
I gave it to you.
Down it and then spit it back out.
Congratulations, you spit the bloody water all over the nice blanket that was draped over you in the infirmary.
Oh, that's not
Sorry.
stain.
Sorry. Didn't realize that was there.
That's not the first time they're covered in blood. Probably won't be the last.
I mean, you might as well put something to, like, just brush the water. Anyway, so... God. So... Remember that scary thing I did with the Hive Tyrant?
Right.
I bit me in the ass. Or
I
in the
think a
soul
bit more than
specifically.
your ass.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh god.
The soul?
Eee.
Yeah. So, turns out that's a thing called annihilation, not just a mode in the armor. And in order to use that power whenever I want, it takes a bit of my soul every time.
Excuse me?
But for some reason, it says my soul is really fucking big.
So, in
Uh,
I still don't like the sounds of it, especially when it puts you in a state like this.
Right?
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is
like the
not
sound
pleasant.
of it because it. Conrad, remember, we don't have just our souls.
Yes, we have shards of the Emperor and then other things on occasion.
She
Oh,
has
that's
two,
not the one.
remember?
Oh, that is true.
So, when can we talk to the Emperor about this? Because I don't...
No, but there's someone we could talk to.
Steve?
Because I just, like, barely turn around and shout, Steve.
Yeah,
So you-
apparently-
Nope. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you turn around, shout Steve, right? And you hear, oh, fuck, fine, what? And he drops the invisibility that he's been holding until this moment.
Dude, that makes you look like a stalker. But I'm pretty sure since you're already here, you just heard all that.
Mm-hmm.
sure Gordon doesn't think you're weird.
I don't think Gordon has room to judge anybody.
That is very true.
So Gord and Alan share this, like, look with each other, and then Gord just kind of nods and is like, I'm gonna leave the room now. You guys enjoy your talk.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be fun. So, what do you think about, Annihilation skimming off the top, as you said?
Well, it's extremely dangerous to you,
Yeah, I've learned that.
but given the power itself was the ability to essentially one-shot a hive tyrant, that seems almost worth the risk.
He
If we
also
use it
said
very
something.
sparingly.
Right. He also said something about if I take the deal, he'll help me finish the matching set of 4.
In my opinion, the real thing you should be asking is that last time I checked, you didn't necessarily activate Annihilation. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, he's in my head now, so I can basically just, I think it was like an automatic thing because of the Hive Tyrant. Big, bad, hard to kill. Perfect moment.
Right. Well, just make sure you iron something out that with he can't just pull the trigger without your consent in the future.
I mean, he said he wasn't gonna do that, but,
Also, it's
guessing
an anonymous voice in your head.
yeah, he basically lives in my head now. I don't think he can come out, but he can take control, he said. With permission. I mean, if he's listening and wants to prove it, he's more than welcome.
So when Syl says wants to prove it, he's more than and punches herself in.
That's not proving it.
You'll watch Syl punch herself in the face again.
Ow.
That's just hurting me. Why are you doing this? I'm
Oof.
just gonna go back to sleep.
You do not get an answer.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep. You guys can talk about this without me. I'm just.
So yeah, Syl just passed back out.
Well, now what?
That's a very good question. Well, there's really not much to do with Syl since she's asleep, so...
Yeah, well, I had stuff I was gonna go do. I don't know about y'all.
Don't talk shit.
Wait, how long have we been gone?
While we were at the ball, we were there for a week, but we've been gone for a month, real time.
Huh. Alright. Wonderful. Oh! I've got things I need to go and do.
Okay, so then Redden and Laura are going to peel off since Conrad is kind of busy, and I assume she'll just be hanging out by Syl until she gets back.
Yeah.
So, let's start with you, good old Laura. What do you want to do?
I've got vehicle maintenance to take care of.
Alright. You're going to meander over to the vehicle bay / personal gym.
Yes.
Try your best not to think about the extremely buff men working on the other side of the partition.
She's definitely sneaking peeks. She's definitely sneaking peeks over the partition between different maintenance tasks.
Again, the maintenance isn't much since it's pretty much being kept up before you ask them to stop by the tech marines. Or tech priest, yeah. Anyway. So other than like minor stuff, oiling, greasing, filling fluids, making sure that the shells are accounted for, everything is loaded. There's
Rubbing
really
down
not
with unguents.
greasing, oiling, that stuff. There's really not a whole crazy amount you can do. But again, you can please the machine spirits as much as you like.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh god.
when you walk into the vehicle bay, could you roll me a perception check, please?
Oh god. Here we go. Should I put any modifiers on it?
No. Just straight up.
Oh! Okay, that's a 2. That's very
Okay.
good.
Okay, so when you walk in, you hear two voices talking to each other. A male and a feminine voice.
Oh god.
The feminine voice, as you, like, walk in, basically says, yeah, I know, but come on, like, you're a Baneblade, I'm a Russ, it would never work out.
Oh god.
And then the male voice basically goes, oh shit, she's here.
Twitch ears are just twitchy, immediate. Oh boy. Time to get to the bottom of this.
That'd be a -30 tech use.
So.
Yep, that happened.
So. Okay, my tech use can't. Okay. So technically it's at a -10 because my tech use is +20.
Right.
Ah, crap. Dice. Please. Okay, I make that.
Okay, so fiddling around a little bit, you think, and this is just what you think. You think, well, the tech priests were fiddling around. They might have done a little more than basic maintenance because there's a lot more cogitators and the like built in. Who do we keep losing?
It was
I
right.
like that a bit.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, no, there's more cogitators than like. There's more computing power in both tanks.
I'm gonna need to have a chat with some people. And you too.
Fellowship check me.
So should I use charm?
Can you charm a tank?
Let's see if I can. I make that because +10 I make that. I make it just barely.
Okay, so you hear a male voice mutter across from you. Talk about what?
So, I'm going to assume that the tech priests of Undershax have been quite busy.
So yeah, you're gonna have to make another fellowship check.
I make it.
Okay, you hear a female voice from the right of you go, not so much the priests.
Okay then. Who all have you talked to so far? Other than each other?
So you hear both voices say simultaneously, "Nobody."
Really?
Okay, maybe just the Apollyon. It's the male voice that says that.
You can talk to Apollyon. I'm okay with that. It's fine. She's the ship. It's really hard not to talk to her sometimes. Ugh. Okay. I'd prefer it that you keep it that way. For now. I have to go and talk to a few people.
Don't go blaming Shax. Don't go blaming the tech priests. It's not their fault. It's, well, the Apollons?
I wasn't going to go talk to them. I was going to go and talk to the rest of my compatriots. But thank you for the information.
So you hear a third female voice chime in, "Hey, don't get me wrong. You guys disappear for months on end without leaving me anybody to talk to."
We kind of didn't have a choice in that one. We each got a letter and had exactly 30 seconds before we were time ported to a ship somewhere else in time and space. So, I'm sorry.
Silence reigns in the vehicle bay.
I'm not going to blame you guys. I need to go and find Conrad again.
Okay,
By the way, is done dog wrestling.
cool. So you get a message on your compad.
Mm-hmm.
It's from the Apollyon.
Mm-hmm.
It's in all caps saying, "Are you seeing other people?" Okay, gonna put a pin in that one.
Am I seeing other people? I'm just gonna whisper that as I'm by Sill's bedside.
By the way, you didn't notice, but in the time that everyone's left, Sill's helmet has appeared on the bedside table.
Oh, great. Is Sill still conscious?
I don't know, is Sill still conscious? Sill?
She'd probably be like coming to again.
Okay.
Can I stop punching myself now?
When did you start punching yourself? And yes, you can stop immediately.
I don't. Annihilation, please don't punch me again. I don't like that. When did you get my helmet?
I didn't.
Did the ship do it?
Just gonna tie up Apollyon and be like, "Hey, you didn't suddenly learn how to teleport items inside the ship, right?"
No.
Also, don't think I'm not going to ask about that fucking thing.
What thing?
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about. And actually, if you try to scroll up, you see that message is deleted.
I know it is, because she's a little shit.
So, what I miss?
The ship is having an existential crisis because it thinks that I abandoned her and may be seeing people, apparently.
I mean, how could you? Are you telling me you have a romance with the ship? That's weird.
No, I think it's more of a she's still a child and she wants to know where I went because I didn't explain anything to her and then I was suddenly gone.
how could you captain another ship, though? You only captain one ship at a time. And I'm pretty
I don't
sure...
know. Apparently one of myself is an admiral.
Yeah, but... I don't have... well... Yeah. Give me that. Take my helmet.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
Well, listen, I had a plan to spend some time with you, but I think that I may have something to go deal with, and I want to make sure that you'll be okay by yourself.
I mean, I could always go talk to Annihilation while you're gone. Don't know how good of an idea that is.
I would guard against it. I still don't exactly trust it, especially when... I don't know, it seems shifty as fuck to me. But you know it better than I do. I mean, Alervian's shifty as fuck, but I still trust him.
Right, so I mean, you're a bit of a hypocrite, and, hey,
Well, it's what I'm
Captain.
telling you, trust yourself.
So, when are you ever actually going to open up to anybody?
I don't know.
So Alervian finally chimes in for the first time in a while, probably about the same time you get in an actual relationship with somebody.
What?
You've commitment issues. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do too, but... yeah, it's more of my psychopathic ex's fault, and not one of my own.
We're not having this conversation right now, Alervian.
Oh, fine, I'll go talk to Loken then. Be that way.
We can have it later, it's just that I have... Okay, just focus back on Silk.
Are you okay there,
Wait.
Captain?
No, Alervian threw me a curveball.
Okay. Because, I mean, you could... I know I'm not, like, the best at feelings and shit, but... well, if you ever need to talk, I'm a good brick wall.
I think I may take you up on that offer, but I need to go make sure that Apollyon isn't having a crisis of faith. So again, I'll ask you, are you okay being by yourself? Do you want me to send for Skoran, or whatever the name of your subordinate is?
Yeah, Captain, I'm just gonna suggest that you, like, commit important names to memory, because Scorix, you know, isn't that hard to remember?
Okay, Skoran. I thought it was Scorix, but then I didn't think it was Scorix.
Captain, just go deal with whatever you need. I'm just gonna try to recover, maybe try to figure out this whole having a voice in my own head thing. It's a new concept to me.
Right. And if you need anyone to talk to about that, I can do my best, so you know my track record.
Right, you're like an emotional black hole.
Yeah. So for right now, I shall leave you. Do be safe. And with that, I'm going to walk out of the med bay.
Don't know how I could be in danger.
Okay. So, Conrad steps out of the medical bay. Do you have a location in mind?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably... Okay, correct me if I'm wrong here, Sterling, but did Laura send Conrad something?
Yeah, I was pretty sure that she did.
Yeah, I thought I heard that too. Do I get that yet, or...?
You would get it along your compad, which is linked into all the Apollon's internal communications.
Okay. Upon seeing that, what does it read as, Sterling? Is it like, come to the vehicle bay because there's a situation, or is it like something else?
There's something you need to hear.
Right. I'm just going to go ahead, and Conrad's going to respond to that by saying that I'll be there as soon as I can. I do have to deal with something first, and then I'm going to go along the said path to get to the Apollon's core.
Oh?
Yes, I'm going directly to her to have this conversation.
All right. Well, doesn't take you long to get there.
Hello again, Apollyon.
Laura's babysitting the tanks now.
Does the Apollyon respond to me at all?
The Apollyon is responding.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm gonna try to get her to open up about that thing that she wanted to ask me but never did. And be like, you know that I saw that message. You sent it. And I'm making time for us to talk about it. If you'd be so kind.
look, you just kind of disappeared without a trace. And then I hear that you were just on another ship somewhere.
Well, you see, here's the unfortunate part about the whole deal, is that I didn't exactly have my consent, and not very many other ships. In fact, not a single other ship I can think of talks like you do.
Yeah. So, listen.
Mhm.
I may have done a bad thing.
Uh-huh. I still
I
feel like you're deflecting, but keep going.
may or may not have. How do I put this in a way you understand? Split off a couple pieces of myself?
You made... Is that like analogous to just making friends or giving birth?
I don't really know if you could explain it in an organic term. But let's go with the making friends, because I definitely need more friends. Since you told me not to talk to anybody.
I'm sorry, but you're not exactly... It would get us all killed, okay?
Which is why I made some friends to talk to.
Right. Who or what are they?
Promise you won't be mad?
I'm just going to look at her expectingly.
Stares at ship wall.
Well, I mean, in the core, so I'm staring at the core.
I may or may not have got Melchizedek to install the things needed to partition part of myself into your tank.
And Melchizedek hadn't... Did you tell him what your plan was, or did you happen to skirt around the details?
I mean, is it important?
It is, in fact, important.
Okay, fine. I didn't exactly tell him everything. I just told him I needed something to help cure my loneliness, since I can't really talk with anybody.
Right. I think Melchizedek is smart enough to put together what you would do from there.
Maybe.
I mean, extra cartators inside tanks, I'm lonely. That doesn't take much brain power to imagine. And I can't say that I'm particularly fussed with you. I wish that I could have been told something, but you couldn't tell me anything.
Right, gone for a month, disappeared without a trace.
Which, I know, again, it wasn't really my fault, but I'll still apologize for it. I wish I could have gave you some heads up. And for what it's worth for you to hear, you are my ship, and I don't plan on ever leaving it. Unless, of course, we both go down in a blaze of glory and death.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
Neither do I. Aren't I so good at these?
I don't really have enough information to...
The answer is no, Apollyon.
Oh.
Forgive me, I'm in a sour mood.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing now.
I suppose I'm going to go talk to our now sentient tanks.
They're
What are we
kind
gonna do?
they're kinda
Oh.
shy.
We shall see.
Okay, so whilst you are on your way to the vehicle bay, since Laura is BRBing, good order, retinal.
Retinol.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm glad you asked because remember I made that little note about it last session. I had set the watch to red to go see Shade.
Yeah. Okay, so when you walk in to Gallarhorn and Shade's quarters,
The broom closet.
yes, pretty much, Gallarhorn is not there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. And Shade's not wearing her typical gear.
Uh-huh.
Matter of fact, she's wearing civilian clothes.
Some kind of disguise you got going on?
No. I'm just trying to adjust to life on the ship.
Oh, that's right. Not everyone's born with spaceships. Anyway. I need another favor.
Yes?
You know that thing you do?
Which thing?
The walking through walls thing.
Oh, yeah, phasing. What do you need?
Can I learn it?
I mean, no.
Oh. Damn.
But
Seems like a very useful thing to learn. If I can't, oh well.
I can usually take one person or maybe an item with me. So if you really need to get into somewhere, I could probably take you with me. By the way, Redden,
Yes.
the back of your head, you're like, I think these are the most amount of words she's ever said to me since we met.
And there's no syringe in her hand. Oh, but I will keep that in mind.
Alright, well, now you've asked me a favor, it's time for me to ask you a favor.
Oh, go ahead.
Dinner with me tonight.
This night cycle? Sure.
So Shade actually looks a little surprised by your sudden acceptance.
What? You were expecting no?
I was expecting that to be a lot harder, yes.
Between you and me, I don't think I have an actual job on the ship. I'm just here.
I'm just here. I exist. I'm the party's oh shit button. Don't mind me.
Exactly.
And just by the way, while you're talking with Shade, you hear good old Alan in the back of your head go, "Ooh, someone's getting late tonight." Don't worry, I'll go somewhere. Keep myself busy.
Okay, Steve. Yeah, I say into my mind.
God, he has a lot of different names. I hope somebody rolls high enough to corroborate that this guy has different names for every member of the party.
It's always been Steve. Alan's someone else.
Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, no, you have a dinner date now.
Oh boy.
But that's not till tonight, which is another, 7 hours away, so you've got time to do other things.
Hang on, there's a dog in there.
Man, what's with everybody having to deal with dogs today?
I just want to say that I really enjoy the fact that fucking still trying to preserve the romanticism despite the fact that we're on a ship, so like night doesn't matter.
Right?
It's the night cycle, thank you.
But I mean, the lights go out.
Exactly. That's it. The lights go out except for like 2 of them. Anyway.
Anyway, so yes, you have about 7 hours before your prearranged appointment. So
I would say to declare an action, go back to my room, call on Steve, quote unquote, and see if I to bring back the topic of what I asked the big 3 on at the party.
which topic is that?
Advice on trapping a demon.
Oh, that's easy. Okay, well, it's not easy, but
Yeah. Theoretically speaking.
okay. Here's the meat and potatoes of it, essentially. You either need to greatly weaken the demon's physical form in reality and then trap it, or learn its true name and trap its soul. That's really the 2 easier ways to go about it.
Okay. So, say the demon's possessing someone. Where should I go from there?
Well, I suppose putting it in a stasis cell might work temporarily. Albeit that's a temporary measure that probably won't work very long depending on the strength of the demon. But for lower level demons, it would work quite well.
Like one of those green things that showed up when we first got this ship.
Right.
Well, as you know, I have something to prepare for.
Oh, yeah, speaking of, do you even have any nice clothes?
I think the only thing that would consider nice clothes is what I usually wear on missions, and if I still even have that golden outfit from that other mission, I feel like that's way too much.
So, good old
the answer's
Steve
no.
leans in and goes, boop, and touches you on the chest.
Ah, shit.
And, yeah, you are now wearing a finely tailored red suit with a feather similar to the one in Conrad's cap sticking out of the lapel instead of a little cloth.
Huh.
Pocket square, that's the name.
Huh.
It'll only last about 24 hours, but that should be long enough.
Yeah, it's not until like 7 hours from now, but should be fine.
Just don't try to take it off. It's an illusion.
I'm gonna like flick the feather. Isn't this a bit on the nose?
I mean, I don't know. You needed a little flair.
True.
I mean, here, let's do this. Takes the feather out, taps you on the chest again, and it's being replaced by the pocket having a little spider there. Hanging down off a thread.
Alright. Okay. Oh, well, while I got you here, what took you so long with Barnabas?
Yeah, about that.
What did you do?
He wouldn't agree to help us until I helped him.
What did he need?
Something about getting his friend back. Hal, I think was.
Oh, you got Hal back? Yeah, that was the whole reason we went that way. Cool.
Yeah, he's currently, well, still asleep on Barnabas' ship.
should probably go see him if he wakes up.
Yeah. Just to let you know, the ship's name in question is the Monocular.
Monocular. Okay.
Yeah.
Totally won't fuck up and reference TF2 by accident.
Right? That's what I was hoping.
Anyway.
Redden breaking his hand so he can get out of the dinner date.
No.
Well, I mean, seems how this is like the most Shade's ever do him. I'm pretty sure that this is the best he's gonna get for stability.
If he can't be mentally stable, he can at least try to be emotionally stable.
Try
I mean,
being the keyword.
Anyway, with that done, do you have any other actions you'd like to declare before I shift back over to Conrad and Sil? Or Conrad and Laura?
Go for it.
Bitchin'! So, Conrad, you've made it to the vehicle bay, which is now strangely being partitioned.
huh. Interesting. Is there any tech priest who doesn't look like they're in the middle of anything?
You met a couple along the way, but inside the vehicle bay, no, it's just Laura. As the rest of the tech priests are currently getting their pump on in the next room over.
Laura's just sitting on a crate.
Because
And
the
in this
flesh
room
is
is the-
weak? What a joke!
So on this side of the partition, is it like the actual vehicle bay? And it's
Yes.
just the
And
two?
Laura
Okay.
and Laura's little
So
You've got the vehicle bay, which is the 4 vehicle bay slots you've got, which two are currently got Godkiller and Glory in them. And then there's a big, basically half-assed, thrown-up wall made of really thin metal that partitions the two off.
Right.
and then there's Laura's little makeshift room made out of a cargo container in the
I
corner.
assume I see Laura at some point.
That depends if Laura's on the tank or in the tank.
I've been talking this entire time while muted to you guys.
Well, you know, it wouldn't be a
Couldn't be.
session if that didn't happen. Running
Right?
gags, am I right?
Yeah,
Running gag.
this is more of a gag than fucking Ren being a bitch.
It is. Laura is currently sitting between Godkiller and Glory on a crate with a bottle of Amasec in front of her, eyeing it, debating on whether or not to start drinking now or later.
You know what that sounds like to me?
Huh.
Sounds like you have to make a willpower check.
God damn it!
To see if you start drinking.
God
It
damn it.
helps at all. The moment Conrad sees that scene, she's just gonna go, don't.
I've passed my willpower, so it's
Okay,
okay.
so you don't start drinking before Conrad shows up. Good to know.
I'll start drinking later.
So yeah, nonetheless, the moment Conrad sees you and you're if eyeing that Amasec is just don't.
Don't you fucking dare.
I'll probably get blacked out later, but for now, we gotta deal with this.
And I do believe I've been informed of what that is.
I bet you have, considering you're the one who talks to Apollyon the most.
Yeah, apparently you had her feeling guilty.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad enough we had one intelligence. Now we have 3.
I mean, does Godkiller and or Glory have anything to say about this?
They haven't said anything since you walked in, essentially.
Apollyon already ratted you both out to me. So
Shit.
nothing.
Which one said shit?
It was Godkiller.
I knew
Laura's just going to eye Godkiller like, oh, you shut the fuck up.
So the turret rotates, and you have to make a dex check to duck under it. Or I guess an agility check with dodge if you have it.
I have dodge, and I have high as fuck agility. Oh god, I'm gonna get screwed.
rolls a 99.
Here it comes.
Did the bot?
If it comes.
I'm fading that. I'm
Yeah.
fading that. I am fading that. I make that.
Okay. Okay, so Laura essentially falls back off the crate when she sees the turret rotating, and it goes over her.
No, it would have been funny if it hit her. I should have just let it hit her, but like, no, no. I have to
Critical
set it.
failure, you'd probably take some damage from that.
I have to set an example. I have to set an example for Godkiller.
I would hope not.
So, do you two have anything to add that I haven't already been told about?
We're both about a week old.
Okay, so she waited quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And who exactly was the first person you saw when you woke up?
So it wasn't a person.
Mm-hmm.
When we came to, we were the only ones here.
And then I imagine Apollyon started talking to you shortly thereafter.
You hear both tanks simultaneously answer yes and no.
Who said yes and who said no?
Godkiller said yes, Glory said no.
Going to go ahead and look at Glory and ask her to explain.
We kind of maybe talked for a while before Apollyon noticed.
Define
You're trying to hide
talk.
something from me. I look at Godkiller.
Laura's just going to eye the bottle of Amasek again because she already heard that conversation right before they tried to ignore her.
I mean, maybe. It's personal stuff.
You're a week old. How do you have personal stuff?
Look, I compute information a lot faster than you do. Grow up fast.
Laura's just going to stare at Conrad like, you haven't figured it out yet.
What?
Laura's.
You know what? If it's personal stuff, which is to say, I'm going to ask both Godkiller and Glory, will it at all affect your mission effectiveness if we put you out in the field?
No.
Is that from both of them?
Godkiller says no first initially, and then Glory is like, it
A
won't
few
stop
seconds
me.
Okay. If it bothers you, Glory, we can talk about it alone or something.
It's
Godkiller?
okay. After
Yes.
all, if anybody is going to get hurt, it'll probably be one of you.
That does not fill me with confidence.
What? I mean, I'm a, 6-ton war machine with armor plating, and you're, well, a fleshy meatbag. I'm just saying, I can take high explosive shells and survive. You'd kind of turn into red mist.
Well, the entire point is not to get him, but that's... Besides, so I'm just here because they can talk, yes? That's the only reason I'm here?
Yes.
And the fact that you two are sentient is not a problem. No one's having an existential crisis.
I mean, Apollyon told us only to talk to her and each other, so...
You two are getting along. Long, awkward silence.
I'm just gonna insta-fail the willpower check and take a sip straight from the bottle.
Awesome.
Let's feed that alcoholism. How does she not have the addiction trait yet?
It's coming, don't worry.
You act like she didn't already have it because of her past.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
remember that flashback?
I'm just surprised it's not written on the character sheet yet. Just alcoholism.
Does that go under mental disorders or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Also a negative trait.
Is anyone going to answer the question?
Which question?
Are they getting along?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're definitely getting along. I mean, they're the only two who could understand each other since, well, I am a 6-ton war machine, you're a 12-ton war machine.
Gonna guess that's Glory just filling in where God Killer is refusing to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't help but notice that we continue to dance around whatever subject has the two of you divided. And
Laura's just going
I'm
to...
not going to press the issue right now, because I feel like that'd be rude to both of you. But understand that if I continue to feel like you're dancing around the subject and refuse to reach any kind of conclusion on it, then I will press the issue. You understand?
Alright, fine! Glory actually shouts through the Vox casters on the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Which
That's
is
gonna go through
kind
the
of,
vehicle
everybody kind of worries about, you know, the partition right there.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to figure out, are we supposed to be brother and sister or husband and wife? She won't give me a proper answer. I just don't know.
So that's God Killer yelling that?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a very
Okay.
good question.
Okay. No wonder. Oh, fuck.
Laura offers Conrad the
Type to a
bottle.
Apollyon
Yeah.
and just be like, so listen.
Nope. Nope. Not even starting to get into that conversation. I've got things to do.
Laura offers Conrad the bottle.
Apollyon just noped out of that conversation.
Apollyon, dear, I wanted to know if you had a preference. I shall assume no.
Nope.
Thank you. So, for the sake of everyone's sanity, how about you two, for right now, just treat each other like, well, sentient beings. In the sense that you're both, you both just met each other. I wouldn't necessarily say your family, because, well, you can't exactly put a biological construct onto a machine, because, well, you aren't born, if that makes any sense. And so I'd say the way you'd look at it is that you're both members of a unit. And anything else, such as romantic bonding, will be between the two of you. Does that make sense?
I mean, from your perspective, yeah.
From her perspective?
Yeah.
Okay, but what's wrong with your perspective?
Well, you know, that whole computing information faster thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. In the time it took you to come up with that idea, we've kind of already deliberated back and forth. What would you say, like 500 times? 526. Yeah, that many.
And you're still arguing
A
about
blank
this.
each time. Although I think being members of a unit together would work for the time being.
That's all I'm saying, is that, like, right now you just work in the same unit. You fight together, you're warriors. Anything else can be extrapolated upon as time goes on. 'Cause, yes,
When
you
do
may
we
think-
get to fight?
Probably soon.
I'm gonna look at Laura like,
Depends on what exactly we run into.
Last time I checked, we're not exactly supposed to be blowing anything up. Or at least not that overtly.
You've seen what happens when we go places, Conrad. It's
I
going to
know.
happen. So, We'll
don't
see
want
what
to get
happens.
their hopes up in case it doesn't happen.
Chances are slim. Possibility is there.
God fucking. But yes, I wonder if we could. Oh, we got to text Apollyon again.
Mm-hmm. Apollyon answers.
Is it possible that if we were to procure cogitators, that you and Malkazetic and possibly Gordon could build some kind of cogitator arena so they could satisfy their bloodlust?
Wait, you mean run simulations?
Can you do that already?
Yeah. I mean, I have the
Okay.
computing power of an entire ship at my disposal.
Well, I mean, would that harm you in your duties anyway? I don't know how much you actually do on the ship. Because it seems like sometimes you just do minor things to help out the crew, and then other times you're using your whole brain for something.
Well, I'm sorry. Somebody told me not to try too hard so the crew didn't notice. So I've been trying to keep a backstage approach to it all.
Don't you sass me, Missy.
Look, I'm more than capable of giving them a stage to run simulations on and run the ship at the same time.
Okay then, because they seem rather bored. And also, I'd rather them not think about if they should be boning each other psychically or not. Or I guess digitally. That's disturbing.
You're the one who said it, not me.
You were thinking about it.
No, I wasn't.
You cannot prove otherwise.
I cannot prove otherwise, but hey, what are you going to do to find out?
Okay, willpower to see if I take another sip.
Hey, this is all on my data pad. You don't see shit.
No, this is just a general roll because Laura's already overthinking it.
So yeah, with that, I'm going to inform them that apparently I have talked to Apollyon, and she will be working on building a pseudo simulation for both of you to be able to satisfy your boredom.
Oh boy. By the way, as you're saying that, you see Laura literally, like, reach out for the bottle of Amasec, and then slap her hand. Like, slap her own hand away.
That's what you get with a crit success.
Because she just rolled a 1 on her willpower, and it was like, I'm gonna do it. No!
The Shard of the Emperor is like, stop it! Get some help!
No, that was Laura. No, it was probably future Laura psychically controlling her.
This is
Anyway.
Red, and I need to use the route real quick.
What?
Well, no, that was future. That was old Laura talking to old Redden. Because I need the route now.
It's the root, and that's not how this works.
You say that, but you don't want to argue with future Laura.
She's a force of nature.
Anyway.
But yeah, with that out the way, I'm gonna leave because I'm done with this.
This has fucking been such a weird goddamn week.
I've done my piece in this room. In fact, I'm actually gonna call up Malkazetic.
We just lost Sil by.
Oh no,
Conrad, before you go, we're gonna need to train more people on the guns. It's something I've
what guns are we talking about specifically? The ships, the ship, or
the las cannon turrets and the heavy bolters, and preferably other people to man the gun in case Sil is unavailable.
She's talking about the tanks.
Yes, the tanks.
Okay, there you go. Yes, I will be certain to talk to Sun about that and get him to coordinate with you.
Thank you.
You could also just ask him yourself for future reference.
I'll probably find him in the officers' lounge.
Well, I mean, I'll do it for you this time because you asked, but
Thank you. It's
For now,
appreciated.
goodbye.
Laura's going back to babysitting the tanks.
So apparently,
Okay.
besides doing like asking Apollyon where Melchizedek is, I will also be telling Sun that Throne Agent Laura would like to see him.
Okay.
She wants crew members for tanks.
Okay. Just by the way, as Conrad walks out and the door closes behind her, Godkiller says to you, Laura, that I don't need a crew. I can function by myself. Okay, maybe someone to load the rack. But other than that,
Okay. We'll see how your simulation scores work out, and we'll go from there.
if a tank could inhale through its nose.
I see. Like, is that a challenge? You disrespecting me?
I want
Anyway.
to see those scores. If you can prove it, we'll just get some good loaders for you.
We'll just put Redden in the tank. Anyway,
Laura's
that out
still
of the
driving. Laura is still driving. She's not letting Godkiller drive.
That out of the way, Conrad, you do message Sun, and he responds with an affirmative that he will once again partition some of his gunnery crew to fill another slot on the fucking ship.
I'm very sorry, but everyone wants everything out of me.
God knows I don't have enough things on my plate. I'll see what I can do. Oh, we're gonna seriously need some more crew before this is all said.
I'm sure we can press
We
gang
might be
someone
able
at
to
some
pick up
point.
something.
Other than
I
that,
wanted to ask him, are we like at 50% of his required crew to man the guns, or like lower?
I'd say we're sitting at like 50 to 60%, depending on whose work schedules are where
Right.
at any given time. But mind you, a lot of them are non-critical and can be recalled to the gunnery stations if need be.
If we get into a big ass fight.
Yes.
So assuming that all non-critical like personnel are called back to the gunnery stations, what are we looking?
About 75-80%.
Okay, that's not terrible. So yeah, okay, good to know. Where
Right.
the fuck is Melchizedek?
So him and Comet are training in the old Tyranny room. It's all being torn down and basically converted into a training room for them.
Okay, so like the makeshift cargo area,
Yes.
cargo arena.
You actually get a little camera shot of them, or a pic shot of them, practicing with each other. And they are using the big boy weapons, i.e. the scythe and the chain glaive.
And I assume there are.
Wing.
Yes.
Damn.
And it's pretty impressive, because the way that Melchizedek fights is he basically is 100% pressure, no stopping, always moving forward. And Comet basically once in a while disappears from reality and reappears, almost like he's not there for a moment. It's not quite invisibility, but it's something similar to it.
Or delayed teleportation.
That's a possibility. Although he always only seems to appear from behind the person. Which
Even
apparently
if
Melchizedek
Melchizedek-
has this down pat, because every time he does it, he just jabs with the haft of the chain glaive.
Okay. Interesting.
But yes, they are practicing with each other, since, there's no one else on the ship they can practice with.
So yeah, I'm just going to go up to there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, sorry, I was just saying, now you know where they are.
Yeah, I'm just going to go to their training arena.
Alright.
And possibly in the hour it takes me to walk there, they might be done.
Well, you are right. They are done, but they are done by the time you get there. But they're still both in the room.
Okay.
So what's happened now is Melchizedek is tinkering. He's, oiling the chain glaive, pulling out bits of ceramite and the like from it. Comet is, well, just kind of hanging out.
Just going to go Melchizedek. Comment, hello.
Yes.
I would like to have a conversation about a thing that happened while we were indisposed, apparently.
Oh.
What, I'm
Oh,
going to just
shit.
assume that you put everything together?
Shit. I'm in trouble, aren't I? Wait, what am I talking? You're not my boss.
Exactly. No, I just want to make sure that you were, like, fully aware of what your actions would lead to. And the fact that, there's 150% more of a thing on this ship than when I left.
Oh, yeah, no, I fully knew what was going on. And before you get mad, okay, before you get mad,
I'm not angry.
are you aware of why abominable intelligence are banned?
Don't they go insane?
You know why?
Do they get lonely?
No. Long time ago, they tried to wipe out the Imperium, well, not the Imperium, but all of mankind.
Okay.
Okay? Okay. Doing this divides Apollyon's, processing power, so that in the event something like that did happen, we don't have to worry about the entire ship opening all of the airlocks at once, or arming all of the interior turrets, or, stuff like
So
that.
you're saying that as long as, unless all three of them agree, at least some of the ship will stay under a loyalist control.
Yes.
And given how much Godkiller and Glory seem to be arguing already, I doubt that will happen.
So, I saw it as a win-win.
Yes.
To be fair, though, I kinda just wanted to work with an AI. After all, when you work for somebody like Max, well, you do a lot of helping, but not a lot of doing.
Right. Well, I'll be honest with you, I think, at least for right now, I appreciate what you... Because I would hate the thought of her being... So thank you. If you excuse me. I'm just gonna leave.
Alright. So as you leave, you basically step out and you hear Lurvine go, "Wow, that guy's an asshole."
You noticed.
I mean, yeah. But I'm an asshole, so I don't know if I have the right to judge.
Well, Irvin, if we went by that logic, we wouldn't be judging half the people we both do.
That's true. And I love judging things. Especially people. Speaking of, we're going to a Tau world, right?
Unless something's changed.
Does that mean since there's Xenos, I can torture them? And you won't get mad?
I would rather wait until we know the exact situation on the ground, and then we'll start talking about who you have carte blanche on your torture.
Okay, good, because I'm getting f***ing hungry. And if I don't kill or maim something soon, I might just starve to death.
Right. Well, at times like this, I wish we had a permanent population on the ship, but we're really not that large.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. So yeah, Conrad is going to go to her captain's quarters and, well, shift through mostly and make sure that, like, things are in one piece, and also check how long we have before we're supposed to arrive.
Okay, so when you head back to the captain's quarters, Your shit's intact, except for the bed.
Uh-huh.
The covers are all messed up.
Well, Irving, you weren't psychic projecting out of me, like, while I was gone, right?
So me and Loken may or may not have both been forcibly ejected from your body when you moved to, well, wherever you went, and
Uh-huh.
Loken managed to convince me not to leave the room.
Which is why my bed currently looks like you had an orgy.
I did not. I just
figure as
don't like making the beds. It's boring. It's what slaves are for.
Right, so you and Loken just sat around for a
Oh,
month.
hell no.
I figured as much.
We're stealing, what is his name? Steve? Steve's books.
Where are you putting them? Where did you put
Back?
them?
Back?
What
And
the
hell,
fuck
the
is he
elevator's
doing?
right there. Oh, can you believe that loser gave me a card?
A card.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you can only sign out one book at a time, and this card proves it. And if you try to pull a fast one on me, I'm so smart.
Uh-huh. And what ingenious method did you use to get around it?
Well, I'm psychic too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not hard to fib information.
Being like, yes, there's only one.
Meanwhile, he's got books spilling out of his hands.
All right, well, I guess that's good to know. Thank you, Olivia.
The card's in your desk, by the way.
Thanks. And I'm going to assume that you have all the ones you've stolen stashed in the air vent somewhere?
No, I would never do something like that.
That's exactly what you did, Alert. How long until we hit the Tau planet?
You have 5 days.
5 days.
Yes.
Is there any pressing issues right now that the crew needs me to attend to?
Nope.
Excellent.
Since you've been gone for a month, they've kind of learned how to deal with it themselves.
That's good.
Because I don't feel like being a captain right now. Conrad is gonna go for a drink.
Okay, where exactly are you going to go for said drink?
Well, there's a lounge somewhere on this boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's ever been there, but she's going to go there.
Alright.
Boo's senses are tingling.
So, yeah, die of fate me, you two.
God damn it.
Excellent. You got a 5, I got a 25.
Alrighty then. Laura shows up first. The boot senses are tingling.
Of
Conrad,
course.
you have a drink of choice.
Wine.
Okay. Well then, Laura, when you get there, you're told by the Apollyon that the captain's coming, and to get a bottle and a glass of wine ready now.
Laura's already got it ready and has her own.
Okay.
It's the good stuff. The Terran wine.
So, yes, Conrad, when you appear, Laura is tending the bar. The door automatically closes and locks behind you, as per ordered. As it's still technically on order that it's locked down to all other crew members aside from the party and Sun, because Sun's like, fuck you, door! You can't keep me out from where the booze is!
And that one other guy who's another
And
drunk.
that old
One of
guy,
those
the old guy who's known as, or well, Laura hasn't asked his name yet.
Yeah, no,
And
she hasn't.
occasionally- I mean, We can't stop him because you just go through the air vents if he has
Yeah.
to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, like, it makes sense that he has access.
But for now, it's just you two.
Yeah, Conrad is going to come up and then taste the wine and notice how high quality it is, and then look at Laura and basically be like, yeah, I appreciate it, but I'm not going to steal this, and I'm just going to go behind the counter and get another bottle of wine.
Okay.
We have like 8 bottles of it back here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Do you want me to steal an unopened one? Can I take the opened one?
Laura's just gonna give her the open bottle.
Thank you.
That.
Yeah, Conrad's going to go back to the captain's quarters and drink.
Okay. So, as you're leaving, the door opens and the son kind of walks by and kind of waves at you and is like, "Hey, Captain,
What's your problem?
I am beat."
Been a hell of a time without me?
Well, while you were gone, some members of the crew decided that they were going to try to vote on a new captain, and I stopped that.
Mhm.
Between me and Skorks, we're able to suppress most of them, but I've been running several department head jobs to make up for it while you've been gone.
So you mean to tell me some of the people who normally go to meetings that I call supported that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Minor shit. Minor shit. Don't worry about it. I already got Malice on it. He's got a lid on the whole situation.
As long as you're safe.
Oh. Surprisingly enough, for as much of an asshole that guy is, he's really fucking good at his job.
I'm just glad you can say something nice about him.
Really be nice if you're a commissar.
Right. Well, I'll let you relax. But that,
By the way,
Oh, he stops.
did you know that we have a third Space Marine on board?
Ah. I've heard rumors, I believe, at some point.
Some guy in all gray armor was, well, down here, having a drink. Don't know why. I don't think Space Marines can even get drunk, but, you know.
I'm just in my head. Loken, can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, that was me. I was kind of going nuts with Lurvian being the only person to talk to, and wanted some quiet time.
And you found some.
Yes, I just didn't expect him to walk through the door.
Right. Yes, was it a pleasant meeting, an unpleasant meeting? Is it something I need to be worried about?
Nah. Unless you're worried about warp ghosts. But phenomena like that happen all the time on ships that travel through the warp, unfortunately. It's kind of a fact of life. I just thought you might want to know since you're the captain.
I very much appreciate it.
Right. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go drink until I pass out.
As Conrad's like, yes, please, I've been trying to walk out of this room for the past 10 minutes!
Oh, so Laura now has a drinking buddy and son instead.
Yeah. Son just kind of sits down and basically goes, "Give me something that will fuck me up."
Goes through the selection. Die of fate.
You have Bostrorian vodka.
Oh, yes!
Dorian Woodca.
Okay, Vestroyan vodka it is.
You have one bottle of it, but it's definitely the most fuck you up thing you have in the cabinet back here.
Laura pulls out the bottle and
There's
shows
only
it.
There's only one other bottle down there, or back there, depending on which cabinet you're going through, that's close, and that is not very tasty.
What's that?
It's well, it's Krieg beer. And by
Oh.
beer, I mean it's not really beer. It's
Oh
like
no.
90 proof alcohol. Which
I'm
is
gonna.
weird because you're pretty sure Kriegsmen don't drink.
Huh. I'm gonna grab both and I'm gonna show them to Sun.
So he looks at the vodka and goes, "That stuff's good," and then points at the Krieg alcohol and goes, "Why do you have Krieg Firebomb here?"
That makes a lot more sense, actually. I have no idea. It was just in the cabinet.
God, who the hell filled this place up? Vestroyan vodka, Terran wine. Ugh. If I ever meet the goddamn person, I'm gonna either shake his hand or punch him in the face.
I should probably do an inventory of all the alcohol we have in here, actually. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and make Sun a few shots of the Vestroyan vodka.
Oh, that's okay. He's already taken the bottle and is helping himself.
Oh, okay, that works. I'm gonna take a swig of it too, when he's not downing it.
Okay. It's strong. Really strong.
Yes.
The kind of stuff that warms you up. You know? Like you take a drink of it, you can feel the warmth inside you.
Yes. Alcoholism for the win.
Yeah. So yes, you will be drinking with Sun for a while and taking stock of all you have.
Hooray!
Which will mostly just be, "Oh hey Sun, did you know we have this?" "Didn't. You know what it is?" "Yes, I do."
For the record, Mike, please go ahead and send me a copy of that list later. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I'll do it after the session's over, but continuing on. Who's up next? I guess I'd like to ask Syl, but she might be down for the count for a while still.
He's still here.
Yeah, I know, but he said he had his huge headache, so if you want to skip, I can. Unless you have an action you want to take specifically, I can skip over you if you'd like.
He needs a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Retino,
Oh no.
it's dinner date time.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
Just to let you know, you don't need to get told where you need to go for your dinner date because Shade basically abducts you.
Okay, can I just say 10 minutes beforehand, I just go in the box and scream?
Yeah.
Good. 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 Just gotta get that out beforehand, you know? Just get it out of the system.
Just get that out of the system beforehand.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you, Shade basically shows up, grabs you, starts dragging you along, all the way down to the floor underneath the third floor.
The lower decks?
Yeah. Because it's dark here, and she wanted a romantic candlelit dinner. Damn it, I can't do that if this ship has lights on all the time.
Isn't it illegal to burn fire on a ship? I'm sorry.
You just came suspiciously close to Shade just drugging you again. And basically having the dinner date with you passed out. God knows what her doing to your body.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Keep pushing your luck. Maybe it'll happen. Anyway, she's wearing a red dress. Nothing scandalous or anything, but...
Ah, that looks nice.
So, yes, you get dragged down to the underdeck, and, down there, There's a little well, it looks like somebody spent quite a while setting this place up. It's very reminiscent of it's very reminiscent to the dining hall that you were on when you were at Terra.
Oh. But I would just like assume a lot smaller because you know.
Yes. It's about broom closet sized.
Yeah.
Very similar to her current accommodations.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, there is a little like half wall that separates it from the next room over.
Mm-hmm.
Hot plates have been set up, and Gallarhorn is sitting there cooking with, well, one of those stupid looking floppy hats.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Should I be concerned about that?
Gallarhorn literally shoots you the look that, if you tell anybody, I'm blowing you up with a rocket launcher.
I'm so sorry.
Like, if you tell a single soul, you will find a shaped charge in your bed aimed toward your ass.
Just gonna do the hand motion of zipping my mouth closed.
Just, nope, not talking about this. Anyway, so yeah, you and Shade sit down at a, well, it's not exactly a table. It's two crates that have been stacked up with a thing thrown over it. But there's some nice candles, some wine's already set out. Your food will be ready in about 10-15 minutes.
Yeah. Now I feel bad.
And why is that?
Because you had to go through all this trouble by yourself.
Oh, please. I've had nothing better to do for a month.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Look, I've been part of the Inquisition for long enough to know that sometimes things just happen. Missions come up that you can't really explain to anybody. You just have to go do it. Depending on how long it takes is how long it takes.
Especially if your Inquisitor literally rips you through time and space.
I can't say I've experienced that one before, but
It's not fun. It's not. I hate the fact. I hate to say that you get used to it after a while.
you get used to it after a while.
You unfortunately do.
Hmm. So, do you know anything about the world we're going to?
Besides it's a human tower space, there's
Mhm.
there's gonna be some people succeeding, trying to join the Tau. But off the top of my head, that's all I know.
Do you know what a resort world is?
Nope.
I didn't think so. It's a playground for the nobility of the galaxy, specifically where the laws of the Imperium don't apply. We will be going to one, and I don't think any of you on the ship have enough thrones to pay for staying there.
Probably not.
Which is why you're here now.
I'm here now. Okay.
Because we're going to have a nice dinner. And depending on how well it goes, I may or may not be persuaded to deal with the docking and the, well, rental fees for the rooms.
Uh-huh.
Because being the only one left in my family means Vast fortune is, well, in my name.
Hmm.
So let's have a nice dinner, shall we?
Let's.
You'll have to roll me a couple fellowship checks. Let's say like 3.
3?
Yeah, for over the course of the 3 hours that you'll be having the dinner.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, 1.
Man,
Oh.
what's with the bot being so laggy tonight?
I don't know. But it's like scaring me because it's not down.
It feeds on our anticipation.
Yes, it does. It's pausing for dramatic effect. Let's see if this one works. 17 out of 41.
Alright, the first hour goes good. Get appetizers, your first couple bottles of wine, or your first couple glasses of wine.
Tries to ignore the look of murder from Gallahorn by looking at Shade.
There's totally not a rocket launcher under the...
Oh no, the first roll went through.
Mm-hmm.
Can I fate that, or does that one not count?
You can use fate to re-roll it if you wish.
I would like so. Would like so.
But it's the only fate point you'll be allowed to spend in this little escapade. So if the next one goes bad, you can't re-roll it.
As it not goes through.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, wait a second. $43. Fuck, that's a failure still. It's off by 2.
Thankfully, you have the bonus of alcohol on your side.
Liquid courage.
So it goes alright. It's nothing stellar. You put it down to more of you're scared out of your pants because there's a wolf in the front and a tiger in the back.
Yeah. Well, technically, the wolf's in the back and the tiger's in front of me.
Either way, you're between a rock and a hard place right now. I'll put that down to nervousness on that, being in that situation.
Scared of the little ratman. 13 again. Well, 13.
All right. So, all in all, it goes rather well. You don't really piss Shade off. She doesn't drug you or knock you out or try to kidnap you or anything like that. Gallahorn doesn't pull out his rocket launcher he has under the counter there and, well, proceed to blast you to bits. And you probably won't wake up with a shape charged in your bed.
Yeah.
But now, here's the tricky part.
What is the tricky part?
You've drank an entire bottle of wine between you and Shade.
Oh no.
Which means you gotta roll, I don't know, would it be willpower or toughness not to feel the effects of alcohol?
Toughness is the typical
Toughness.
one that it goes with.
Then toughness.
I'm scared. Oh no.
Oh yeah, you're fucking just screwed. Which means you don't get to argue when Shade invites you back to her room because you're like, alright.
I don't get to argue?
You are too screwed up to argue.
But that room's so small.
I feel like Redden's only question would be like, is the bed soft? Is it sleepable?
Yeah. Yeah, more along those lines.
So, Instead of dragging you back off to the little broom closet, you get dragged off to a slightly larger room,
Oh.
where Shade proceeds to pull out that little box that she had on her person that one time,
Uh-huh.
click a button on it, toss it onto the ground, and her little away from home camp spreads out into the room.
Oh, that's neat. That's fucking neat.
And with that, you black out. You're like, that's fucking neat, and the rest of the night's a blur.
Oh, no.
Congrats. Now, I must ask, does anybody other than Redden have anything they'd like to do tonight?
Can I punch the fucking Zinch?
No.
No. But your helmet's on the side table.
She picked that up and already put it in her lap.
Oh, okay. Then it is just staring at you, and you can feel like something is watching you from the helmet.
Well,
Dude, gonna put the helmet on. Like,
Ah,
swear.
finally!
What in the goddamn?
I can't talk directly to you yet. I can only do it through the goddamn helmet. I've been screaming for the last several hours trying to get you to hear. But, you know, it doesn't work. Hi!
Hello. So, personally, I've come to a decision, and I don't think the rest of my crew is gonna like it too much.
That would be...
I think your deal, well, as much as it literally kills me, is more beneficial than not. You know, have an emergency contingency just in case we face something we can't quite handle.
Awesome!
Yeah, not to mince words, basically, I would like to accept your deal.
Nice! Which means now I have to hold up my end of the bargain.
Which part?
The part where I tell you what you wanted to know.
Ah,
There are 3 more suits of armor like mine. I know where they are. Each one contains another part of me.
right.
You said you needed 4 items that are connected, and well, they're connected through me.
That does fit the criteria, yeah. So, how difficult are they going to be to get?
Well, one of them is pretty easy. It's the travel time. The other 2, yeah, that's going to be some trouble.
So the first one I have to travel time to get?
Yes.
Okay, so what about the other 2?
You're part of the Inquisition, yes?
Technically, yes.
So then you know what the Death Watch is, correct?
I've heard tell.
They have a base, a home base, so to speak, named Watch Fortress Iraq. And inside that fortress, there's something called the Omega Vault. One of my suits of armor reside there. The problem is, the vault only opens under the meeting of certain criteria, and not even I know what that criteria is.
I have a feeling we know somebody who might have an idea.
It's the last one that's the real big problem.
Mm-hmm.
The last one is currently being worn by another.
And is eliminating them out of the question?
Oh no, you could totally kill him.
But there is a but, right?
He already knows how to turn on annihilation mode.
Right, of course. Wait, can't you just...
What surprise
Oh.
him is the chance that he kills everybody.
You know, I think I might already have an idea as to how to handle that one. It's just not going to be very fun for either one of us.
Well, I guess we'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Well, no, you see, it's gonna take some planning, and so the sooner we start, the better. It's the way I see it. It's going to be a battle of attrition more than anything else. After all, your deal, yeah? It works on you. Works on you feeding off of a soul. I don't imagine his being the biggest.
Oh my god, you're gonna have a soul measuring contest with the guy? I suppose that would work.
I mean, all I really have to do is find a way to outlast him without letting you eat too much out of me.
That's true.
Although, you know, if I could somehow get older me involved, well, I'm sure that would double our chances.
Yeah. That could do it. Except that's the first suit of armor I was talking about.
Right, but I'm sure at this point she doesn't have much of an attachment to that. Considering
Yeah.
she didn't seem keen on it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She doesn't exactly have as big of a soul as you do. So she's not too keen on using annihilation.
She's also the easiest person to get a hold of because it doesn't even technically require actual time travel. Just going to the prison.
And convincing her.
And convincing her, but you know, if I tell her that it's the easiest way for me to do this without searching the galaxy twice over.
Just once.
I mean, it's not even necessarily searching. At this point, we already know where one of them is directly, and the other one, I'm assuming, isn't going to be that hard to find. I mean, black suit of armor that can occasionally glow black. It's got to be distinct.
The big problem is somehow getting into Watch Fortress Iraq. Because they don't just let anybody in there. And they definitely don't just let regular Inquisition plebs, you know, walk into their greatest secret.
Right. The only thing that might give us an edge is being parts of an ordo that, well, operates under possibly the most mysterious circumstances. Although, you know, we could always go back to one of the times it has been opened and try to get it that way.
Problem. When it opens, the specific circumstances only open one of the many myriad of vaults that are inside the Omega Vault. Which means we need to know the specific circumstances to open the specific room that contains the armor.
Right. So that's going to take time to figure out. So that's really the hardest one right there. You know,
In terms of acquiring it, I'd say so.
because, you know, I'm sure Annihilation Mode doesn't exactly protect you as well as, you know, it does just let you hit harder than anything you've ever seen.
Oh no. No, what Annihilation Mode does... How do I put this? You know the warp, yeah?
Yeah?
It's the opposite of the warp. It's the Abyss.
Mm,
The Abyss consumes everything.
meaning any damage thrown at it is just eaten.
Yes. The only problem is that any damage you take, even though it won't directly influence you, will still be a drain on the armor, thus require more in trade-off.
Right, so all we have to do is throw enough at him, and eventually his soul will be burned away.
Yes. The only problem is how many people he annihilates before that happens.
Right, but we've got quite a few weapons up our sleeves that I'm sure he's never had to contend with. Such as a kill-all button on a tank that really shouldn't have that. And, you know, my own annihilation mode, although that's a big risk that might end up, you know, leading to my downfall.
It's a double-edged sword.
Right, that's a last resort kind of thing. Of course, I could try to finish the knife set, but I've got a feeling that's going to take way longer than my lifetime will allow.
Maybe.
So step one is going to be convincing old me she doesn't need the armor anymore.
And you're surprisingly stubborn.
If you think I'm stubborn. Imagine what years of experience will do to me.
I don't need to imagine. I've seen it.
Right. Well, does this mean you're no longer in the helmet?
I exist a little in you, a little in the armor, a little in the other pieces of armor. The helmet's definitely the easiest way to talk to you.
Ah. Can I only talk to you when I'm in the helmet or the prison?
As it stands, until we synchronize a little. Yes.
Ah. Right. Well. For now, we've got thinking to do, so unless you need anything out of me more.
Nah, I'm good.
Right. Let's see if I can get out of bed yet.
It's a good question.
Take off the helmet. Attempt to get out of bed.
Okay, roll me a toughness check not to have your legs step out of bed. Oh, and you currently have an IV drip in your arm. You should probably...
I currently have what? Because my feet are hitting the floor. Oh, that's right. That bot's slow. Oof.
Yeah, step, wobble, wobble, thud.
Guessing the IV gets yanked out of my fucking arm.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
And the thud and the crashing is enough to bring Gord back, who goes, "Oh my god, how stupid are you?" And immediately helps you up back into a sitting position on the bed, bandages up your arm, and produces for you a set of crutches.
I wouldn't say stupid as much as experiment. Yeah, I'm stupid.
Okay, next time you want to get up out of bed after you puke 2 pints of blood up, let me know.
Is 2 pints a lot?
There's 5 pints in your body.
Oh.
You're seriously... You've lost a lot of blood. And you should rest tonight. But I understand you're part of the Inquisition and you have duty, so if you really must go, take 2 of these. And he pulls a pill bottle out and dispenses 2 and hands them to you.
I've just got to go make sure, you know, my duties haven't been neglected.
Oh, well, Skorx is damn good at his job.
Right, and then I've got to go check on the navigator, and then go make sure the captain hasn't locked herself away.
Right. Well, you can at least move around.
Right.
Although, if you really do feel too weak to move with the crutches, I've got a wheelchair in the back as well.
Gonna try for the crutches.
Toughness check. This one's at a bonus 20 because you have the crutches.
This one's at a, let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a success.
Alright, so yeah, you are surprisingly mobile on these crutches. Matter of fact, you've only lost about a quarter of your regular speed.
I mean, considering I'm not in a hurry to be anywhere, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Gonna make my way to one of the 3 places, whichever one's closer.
Okay.
Those 3 being the captain, the navigator, or my office.
Your office is the closest.
So yeah, I'll be making my way there at a snail's pace because I don't want to fall down.
Right. So you limp on over to the... Jesus Christ, now I'm fucking losing it. You go to your office in the break. Thank you. And, yeah, there's a lot more people here than there were when you left.
Scorix, what happened in my absence?
You disappeared. Bunch of people tried a coup, decide a new captain.
Mm.
Me and Malice
So-
wrecked their shit, though.
Who decided that? Who was voted new captain?
Nobody. After all, me and Malice started busting heads as soon as we heard about it.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Just to let you all know, what you've attempted is, technically speaking, treason against the Empire, or the Imperium. Normal circumstances would say that's death. Thankfully for your lost souls, these aren't normal circumstances. I'd say another, what seems fair, Scorix, another 2 weeks or a month?
A month, and we should feed one to Azra.
Another month in the brig is, more than fair, and, well, I'll let Ozra decide in the end if he wants one of you as an example. But I'd rather not have any blood on the deck while I'm not around. You know, plausible deniability and whatnot. That, and you know, we don't want unnecessary cruelty, but I'd say this is necessary.
By the way, you're pretty sure that Scorix didn't know Azra's name when you left.
Wait, Ozra? Did he break the code and tell you who he was?
No. I've got these. He opens your desk and pulls out a pair of Psysense goggles. I put two
Why-
and two together.
Why have you got those?
Because this ship is fucking weird.
Right, okay. Well, unless these ones know how to keep their mouths shut, they may have to all be fed to him then.
Maybe. I was leaving the decision up to you and the captain when you got back.
Right, well. I'm going to have to make my way to the captain eventually, wherever. Hold on, gonna find somewhere where there's nobody else, like a broom closet.
It's not hard to do.
Shit. Ship. I'm sorry I've forgotten your name, but, Can I get a spot of help here?
What do you need?
Have you an idea where the captain might be?
She's currently in her quarters.
Is it the kind of in her quarters where she's locked herself in, or...
Most definitely.
Of course. Do you think it's one of those situations where she needs somebody to snap her out of whatever funk she's found? Or...
With the amount of alcohol she's inhibited, I don't think the captain will be wanting any visitors tonight.
Didn't ask what the captain wanted, I asked what you think she needs. After all...
Needs his time alone.
Wait, how's she gonna get time alone? She's got people in her head. Bloody hell, do I ever get... Right. Well, be sure to alert me if the captain needs anything then.
Will do.
Leave the room closet.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You've left the broom closet.
So, Scorix, is there anything else I need to know about before I make my leave?
No, I got everything locked down here.
Right. I'll have to look into a promotion for you or something, though I don't know if you can exactly be promoted past where you are, considering, you're basically the captain of keeping the ship together.
I don't want to do any paperwork. That's your shtick.
As long as you don't let me have a mountain of it, we'll be fine. I'm off to see the wizard. I mean, navigator.
Right.
Going to make my way there at a snail's pace. That way, somebody else can have a scene because I don't want to take up too much time.
Well, I think you're really the last one right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you've had the least time. So
Right.
However, after the talk with Medea, I am going to time skip the rest of the week just so that we can get to the Tau worlds before the session's over.
That's fine.
The rest of the week.
Unless anyone else has something they'd like to do.
There's something I would like to know. The fuck happens the day after?
Oh yeah, no, I'll get to that before we jump to the Tau worlds, but I'll be going over the morning after with you all when it is the morning after.
Yeah.
So, you crawl on over to the Navigator Sanctum.
Yep.
And Medea's navigating.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, she's a little indisposed at the moment.
Well, I guess I've got nothing left to do here. Time to find a rock to crawl on.
Just to let you know, though, when you do limp into the Navigator Sanctum, the door to her shop is open.
Guess I'll check that out.
When you crawl in at a snail's pace, you know the like meals in anime that have like the plastic wrap over them?
Mm-hmm.
There's one of those sitting in there with your name slapped on it.
Examine.
It's food.
I haven't had that in over a month.
Yes.
Gonna-
Which is currently why everyone's so fucked up by alcohol, because they all have empty stomachs. Well, except Redden. Redden's just a bitch.
Oh.
Sit down and chow down. Also, those are two. That's 2 downs. 1 more and I go underground.
Too late.
Oh god.
Anyway, yeah, it doesn't take you very long to heat up the food and eat it.
Just heat it up by staring at it aggressively.
This is where Syl learns she has flame control.
That's
The
my
power of
thing.
Oblivion. She oblivious
No,
the
honest-
cold away.
In all honesty, though, she does have her shop.
Things to actually heat food, so I'd have to use those. But yeah, probably consume and then find a comfortable spot on the floor, pass out.
Right?
So,
Chow down, back to your quarters, pass out.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that I did a roll for Conrad, and I think Apollyon might change her mind about what she said to Syl. Because the elevator's still there, right?
Say that again?
The elevator in the captain's quarters that goes to that little lookout, it's still there.
Yes.
If I go up it, is it still the same little room?
Yes.
Conrad's gonna stare into the warp for a bit.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
Wait, we're in warp travel?
We're still
Yes.
warping.
Oh shit, that's right. Fuck.
Yeah, Conrad's gonna stare into the warp.
I thought we had another week before that. Oh well, that was.
No, we've been in the warp for like a month, and we have a week left before we hit Tau space.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if that changes Apollyon's opinion on if the captain's going to be okay when she decides to go stare into the fucking warp.
Aha! So, yeah, Conrad,
Mm-hmm.
you start to see some visions.
That's what I came here for.
Right. So, first one's pretty satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
It's you killing good old Dad several times in different ways. There's one where you stab him, one where you blow him to little bits, a couple where he's filled full of holes in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is more important.
Right.
The second one is, again, another vision of your... Only this one's a little different.
Okay.
It's a single Baneblade.
This is a vision of my what?
Your homeworld.
Except it's a single Baneblade.
Yes, there's a single Baneblade on... Well, it's on your homeworld, inside a dilapidated old manor.
Okay.
And when you're staring at it, it turns on, turns to you, and says in, well, a Russian accent, because I can't do a Russian accent, "Is there anybody there?"
Is there anybody there?
Oh no. Oh no.
I say, not expecting an answer.
Oh no.
Is that who I think it is?
I don't know. You tell me.
Conrad.
Oh, that's my name. Hi.
It's your uncle. Where are you?
Oh no.
I'm uncles with a tank. I'm waiting
Yes.
on that.
If you remember your backstory correctly, one of your
Well, I mean, I know Conrad's backstory. I don't know if Conrad remembers her backstory right now.
Oh, okay. That's fair
Oh, I remember. Trust me.
enough.
I know
Okay.
exactly who this is.
I'm not sure how to feel about this.
Yeah, no, Conrad's like, I'm uncles with the tank. No way.
Fuck.
I've been waiting for so long. Have you come back?
I'm in the fucking warp right now, dude. And also, I'm drunk as...
I suppose my pleas will fall on deaf ears.
I mean, if this is real, I gotta get there before Austere does, because she's gonna get herself killed. So, if this is real, you'll be seeing it, hopefully not that long. God.
I'll await your return. After all, you still owe me a game of regicide.
Oh yeah, I suck at...
And with that, your vision of the warp fades, and you're back to staring at the impossible reality of colors and shapes.
Do I gain corruption yet?
You gain 1 corruption and 5 insanity.
Oh, damn.
Oh, fun.
Oh, wait a second! Does that mean that I actually get a trauma?
Yes!
Oh.
Because I think I'm that high. Let me just double check.
You've already got 1 trauma already.
Right, I know I had a trauma, but I don't know if I'm at the threshold for insanity. No, I am not. Because I'm only at 10 insanity.
Ah.
I need to hit 20 to get another trauma. Unless you want me to willpower check anyway.
Nah, it's cool.
But it's Babby's first corruption.
Because fuck it, let's just stare into the warp for a little while.
Laughs an untrained psyker.
Hold on a second. Because Conrad is honest to God feeling self-destructive. In case you can't, because I'll be honest with you, I think Alurvi might be feeling red bells now that I think about it. Well, red flags, because Conrad did not feel much of anything watching her father die.
Ew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
She's
no.
not feeling very good right now. Hold on a second, I'm gonna roll a willpower. And I'm gonna put that one in the dice box. D100. That's a 42. That is barely a failure? On a barely a failure, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
would Conrad have enough... Well, actually, with that... Is Alurvian honestly concerned? Well, basically, with the 42, that's only 2 points higher than her willpower, so does she stop being self-destructive? Because, I mean, if Gabriel or Loken, do, any tiny flex to try to get her to move, she's probably going to unconsciously leave.
Yeah, you're not interrupted by either of those two.
Okay.
But by Redden's pal.
Oh, Max shows up.
Yes. He appears, looks right at you, and goes, "Huh, what are you doing in my room?"
When did this become your room?
Well, I assume nobody else would want a, clear, open observatory to the warp.
Yeah, well, it's all wrong.
Well, I don't really have anywhere else to hide, so if you don't mind, he flops down on a bunch of pillows that appear and starts reading a book.
Right, I'll leave you.
Wait. He closes the book and actually looks at you.
I'm still going towards the elevator.
You saw something, didn't you?
I see lots of things.
No. Alright, fuck it! You saw a vision, didn't you?
What about it?
Well, was it a vision of the future, the past, the present, reality, the warp?
I talked to my uncle who's in a Baneblade.
Wait, you talked to somebody through the warp?
Oh.
Do you know how hard that is?
I really don't.
No, you sit the fuck down right now, right here. Willpower check.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, it's at a -30 because a goddamn Primarch is doing the command it.
I figured it.
Being nice.
Hey, it's a 10. I pass, even at a -30. Because it's
All
a 10
right.
on the dot.
So yeah, you're like, fuck that. Turn around and start walking away.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, places to be. I'm gonna assume I get in the elevator and then he's going to do something else. to
You
try to
head
stop
back down the
Yeah.
elevator. Oh, you
Well, no, I'm going. I have to turn around and press the button. That gives him like, unless he's just gonna sit there dumbstruck that I didn't listen.
No, when you turn back around, he's shifted into his true form.
Uh-huh.
And he's holding a much larger book.
Uh-huh.
And this book, it's the kind of book you look at, and just from the cover, you can feel your brain burning.
Oh.
Could you at least tell me what you saw, who you talked to, what you talked about? I'd very much like to chronicle it.
I told you, I talked to my uncle. He fucking used his Baneblade as life support. He wanted to know if I was gonna go save him. Told him I have to be there before Austere gets herself killed. That's all you've... It wasn't like fucking ground-shattering shit, man.
The fact that you could talk to somebody through the warp without any effort at all is ground-shattering enough. I can never get enough of you people. You're so fascinating. How do you do what you do subconsciously without trying? What is the explanation for it all?
All I know is that Conrad's enjoying the oblivion she's feeling by looking at this book.
Right? Wait a minute. You're horribly depressed, aren't you? Blows his book.
Ah, fuck. That opposite elevator.
Presses
you-
the button faster.
The elevator comes, and you pop into the elevator. And just as the doors close, the warp reveals one last vision to you.
Wondrous and favorite.
It's a female tech priest.
Oh, fuck you.
She is
I
on
didn't know-
hell.
Uh-huh.
And she's got faded, like, pink Mechanatus robes.
Because of course she does.
Fuck you.
Doors close. Elevator goes down.
Just gonna hit my head against the door until it opens and probably accidentally throw myself out the elevator onto the floor.
You do.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm gonna let you know, Conrad does not sleep at all.
Yeah, no, I didn't expect as much.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna continue getting drunk, and if I run out of alcohol, I'll get...
That's fine.
So...
It's the morning after, except for Conrad, who's still been drinking.
Yay.
Die of fate?
Yep, pretty much. By the way, Conrad,
Oh!
you're like 99% sure that that person you saw is dead.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, why would the...
I got an 86.
So, yeah, you wake up with the tech priest.
Completely unsurprised.
Buff boys.
Is anyone surprised by this?
Why would I at this point?
Oh, hello. I don't
Okay, so
remember
just go
you.
on the same page. Just 1 second, because I
Yes.
just want to ask Mike. So, in the vision, she was dead, right?
No. She was very much alive.
Fuck
And just to let you know, she was heading toward the crumbling remains old tower that your father owned.
Okay. Good. Good. I'm sorry, Laura. I just had to confirm.
It's okay.
Because the warp hasn't had enough of torturing Conrad, I guess.
Laura's
Anyway.
drunken escapades continue.
Pretty much, this time you woke up with a tech priest. Who knows who you'll wake up with next?
Right?
Somehow Hades.
Anyway, they're totally not disguised on your ship. Anyway, Redden, you wake up pretty much the same place you fell asleep at, next to Shade.
Oh.
Your fancy clothes have dissipated, leaving
Yeah.
you wearing what you were wearing before.
I figured.
But you're still fully clothed, so that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
But Jade is cuddled up to you, and any attempt at movement would probably wake her up, so at your own risk.
Well, looks like I'm stuck here.
This is your life now. You're a cuddle toy.
Still,
Yeah?
you wake up, and once again, you wake up with the helmet there on your bedside table. Only it's facing away from you.
Put the helmet on.
What?
Are you mad at me or something?
No.
Then why were you facing away from me?
Because I figured you'd probably find it creepy if I just watched you while you slept. I have some decency.
Fair enough. I'll let you go back to whatever it is you do.
Machinating in the darkness. Actually, if you really must know, I'm trying to figure out what the specific events that are needed to open that vault will be.
I assume it's something that requires it to be needed.
Probably. Who knows, though? If I figure it out, I'll let you know.
Right. Take the helmet back off.
Alright. Oh, and Conrad? No, she's gone. Okay.
Yes.
You gain 3 points of fatigue
Amazing.
for
Exactly what I've always
drinking all night. And not sleeping.
Yes.
And you're drunk, but that's not important.
You know, it's terrifying when I'm going over a cost-benefit analysis of whether to to use my psychic powers or risk waking up Shade. It's terrifying. Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, if anyone has any actions they'd like to do, now is your chance to do it before I time skip the rest of the week, which will pretty much just be you reacclimating to the ship and getting whatever duties and paperwork you missed in the month you were gone.
I just want to say that Laura's probably going to be spending a lot more time with the buff priests.
Say that again? Spending a lot more time with who?
The buff priests.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay. Against my better judgment, try to wake up Shade.
Okay, is this like gentle shaking, poking her? It's a lot of ways you can go about this.
Poke.
Poke,
Poke.
poke, 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 poke.
Poke on the shoulder.
She's awake now.
Alright.
So, Shade extracts herself from you and out of the bed without saying anything. proceeds to stand up, put her combat clothes on, and phase through the wall, leaving you in her little pre-made camp thing.
Ah, oh,
Oh god.
I might have fucked up.
So, if you hang around for about 10 minutes, Jade does come back with a recap.
Oh.
Just Redden, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, so. Shades brought you coffee,
Yeah.
the source of all mankind's woes.
You mean it's the source of its cure?
Anyway, yeah, so you have some recap to help wake you up.
I like to think Red chugs recaf like shade, not like shade, like Laura chugs alcohol.
Well, it's pretty hot, like freshly made hot, so yeah.
Damn.
It's gonna burn a little bit,
Doesn't matter, it's Redden.
right? Anyway,
He didn't need those taste buds.
anybody other than Conrad have any actions?
Yeah. To
Mhm.
ask, fuck, what's the name of the ship?
Apollyon.
To ask Apollyon if the captain is dead.
The captain is not dead, but definitely not in a good state.
So, you care to tell me where she is so I can at least make sure she doesn't break herself or something?
She is still currently in her quarters, although he's incoherent from drinking all night.
Right. Care to violate protocol and open the door for me?
Oh, yes, of course.
Much appreciated, Apollyon. Make my way to the captain's quarters.
All right, so Conrad.
Yeah.
You're sitting there wallowing in pity or hatred or whatever it is, depression, and your door opens and Syl walks in.
So I'll let you know what Syl walks in on. Syl walks in on Conrad remembering which one has their fucking hand cannon. Well, which drawer has their hand cannon in it. And being like, oh, hey Syl. Closes that.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
I wanted to see if there was still something on my gun. I can wait, what's up?
If there's still something on your gun,
Yeah, you family.
well, Captain, it looks like you haven't been to sleep yet.
I haven't. Is
Get in bed.
it morning?
Is it what?
Is it the morning cycle? I didn't notice.
Yes, the lights are on.
Oh,
Well, I assume Apollyon's been nice and not turned yours on all the way.
I appreciate it.
So get in bed. You're not being given a choice here. Get in bed.
You're placing me under arrest.
Placing you under house arrest or quarter arrest.
I thought I was already.
Captain, do I have to get some enforcers in here?
I'll be frank with you. I think you could overpower me.
In my current state?
Oh, right, you're wounded. Forgot about that.
Right. What
Can't you
can
just
I
take away my weapons so you know I won't commit suicide and then just leave? Isn't that good enough?
Yes. No, it isn't. See, this is one of those moments where opening up might actually help you. I mean, after all, I've never seen you cry. Are you even capable of it?
I think I did. It's been hard to.
in bed.
I'm gonna go sit on my bed.
Listen here, you little shit. Just because I can't, actually fight you, I can still beat you with my crutch.
Right, but I'm... Do you have an objective here, Bill? Because I'm not going to sleep.
Fine. Sill's going to take a seat next to, Conrad with about a 12-inch gap. Look, Captain, I figure you've got a lot on your minds, and even if it's not about anything in particular, I'd like you to actually attempt to open up. After all, I have no way of knowing what you've been through without you telling me about it. I have no way of protecting you without knowing what you're fighting.
Alright. Ugh. Well, I guess the shortest hand of it would be... Well, I went staring into the warp for a while.
Why would you do that?
Because I care about anything right now. I mean, luck, the ship would make it fine, you guys would be fine. Even if I get sucked out into the warp, I'm sure somebody would replace me. Pull it out of his ass. We pull everything out of our ass.
Captain, I've already told you. You can be replaced, but they're not you. Nobody can do things the way you do, and I don't think anybody else could handle us.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know.
At the same time, you can, listen to me for once. I mean, for fuck's sake, I made a deal.
I'm going to look at Syl and just go, do you think I'm going to be like her? The old one.
If you keep behaving the way you are, yes. But if you make a conscious effort to change, maybe you could be better than her.
Does that mean I have to lie?
No, it means you have to be honest with yourself and with us.
Alright, good. So, I'll let you know the other big thing that's been bothering me, besides the existential dread of feeling like I'm not necessary and that nothing will actually... But that's a whole... that's long-term, gotta fix it. The second thing is that, in short, chick used to like her, fucking died, never told her anything. Warp bullshit. She might not be dead, but I'm pretty sure that's just warp bullshit trying to get my hopes up about things that I thought I had a handle on, but I don't, obviously.
Well, have you ever thought about what she'd think of you as you are now?
Oh, she'd probably tell me to get my shit together or something. She was always nice.
Do you sincerely wish I could have met her?
You probably would have liked her.
Giving her that old talk of, you better keep her captain, wanting herself not to die, because honestly, you're a bit of a grilling mess right now.
It was only bad. It's bad because Lurvine had to come out to make fun of me.
So, about that, Syl,
Yeah?
you've never met Loken, have you?
Nope.
Awesome. You get to meet Loken then, because a space marine has just appeared in gray armor. In front of Conrad. He's got his arms crossed in that daughter I am disappoint look.
Uncle Loken.
Conrad. Syl.
Space Marine?
Loken. It's Loken. Gabriel Loken.
Just gonna stick with Loken. We're not quite friendly enough for first names, and I don't
He lives in my head.
Oh,
You taps you on the forehead, Conrad.
Oh god, don't do that.
There's only one way you're going to figure out whether or not what you saw was true or not.
Is that by going to my home world and, dealing with all my repressed bullshit?
Indeed.
Amazing.
hey, look.
Yes.
Is there a way for us to talk in private
You can just
first?
walk out the fucking room.
Aye,
Like,
you.
you can go with me.
I will push you over.
I will not get up.
Alervian, make sure she doesn't do anything drastic while we're gone. And then all of a sudden, a Dark Eldar appears and goes, "Yep, will do. Don't worry about it. I got this."
That's Alervian?
That's the Lurvian.
Kick the flashbang in your face.
Conrad laugh.
Are you gonna go have the chat or not?
Yes, just give me a second to get up. Apparently 2 pints of blood don't come back in a night. Yeah. Okay. So much effort. There we go.
Loken follows Syl out.
So, big scary space marine Uncle Loke.
Mm-hmm.
You think? See, I've been thinking for a bit. Well, by a bit, I mean, she just mentioned this is a girl she liked, right?
Right.
As in past tense.
Right.
But our dear captain here forgets exactly what we do for a living.
Okay.
You catching my work dust here?
You're going to have to be a little more specific.
We're the Order Chronos. We travel through time.
So what you're saying is,
What would be the downside to stopping the thing that gave our captain a reason to live? From, not existing anymore.
well, off the top of my head, there could be a dozen major repercussions, but I think the benefits outweigh the risks at this current point.
So you're willing to help willing to help us save one person from an entire planet's destruction.
Planet isn't destroyed.
No, that's mine. I'm projecting a bit.
However, it is in ruins.
Right, but if we could find a way to save this person and hide her away long enough for the captain to revisit the planet and find her, do you think that might reinvigorate the captain's drive to, make her own path and, realize she is unique and everything?
I think it's already happened.
So all we have to do is convince the captain that it's worth going back to the planet.
I believe so.
Right. What if it's one of those things where it's only already happened because we did it in a different, in the past, and we need to keep doing it? Like, we need to go back and do it for the past us? That
Still makes a flow chart.
hold on.
It's a possibility.
I'm thinking we need to make sure it happens anyway, just in case there's another Conrad out there in the infinites, that needs our help having a reason to live.
You know, I never thought I'd ever say this again in my entire life, or unlife in this case, but I'll help.
Thank you. Just, please don't let the captain know. I kind of feel like she might take it the wrong way and think we betrayed her somehow. You know, took away the one tragedy she had that kept her going. Or
Oh,
something.
trust me, she's not lacking in tragedy.
Right. I guess I want it to be one of those things that reinvigorates her more than give her a reason to continue. You know, that reason that lights the spark all over again instead of keeps it kindled.
The only thing that will help is if we try.
Right. I'll get with the rest of the crew and see about doing it soon. But for
Right.
let's get back in there and try to keep the captain from trying to kill herself again.
I've got an idea about that one.
Okay?
We're going to drop out of warp in 4 days' time.
Should be, yeah.
And if the Barnabas is still with us, I think Conrad should get a visit from her sister.
That might work. Hey, Logan, one more thing. Do you think I could try to masquerade getting closer to the captain by asking for dating advice?
You're probably asking the wrong person.
Well, let's go see how it goes, yeah.
Right.
And again, thank you. It would mean the world to me to be able to see the captain actually, you know, have confidence again.
Well, when that confidence is a false facade, one can only keep it up for so long.
Right. I just want to see it for real. See what the real Conrad can do.
Me too, Sil. Me too.
Walk back into the room.
By the way, when they walk back into the room, would Conrad have been successful in convincing Galurvian to give her a more mercenary haircut?
Yeah.
It's like, what do mercenaries look like, Galurvian? Because I think my hair looks too proper.
Usually short, cropped, very utilitarian so it doesn't get in the way.
Hey, what are you doing?
Giving her a haircut. God. Style is so important in this galaxy.
He's got a point.
Okay. Do we even... Hey, Captain, I've got a question for you. I need some advice.
On.
Well, you see, I've taken quite a shining to our navigator, but I'm rather poor at this whole courtship thing. You seem rather gentlewomanly. You seem rather civilized.
Are you about to do what I think you're gonna do?
Probably.
Lurvian,
Yes.
stim me.
All right. Lurvian wanders over to your desk, pulls out thing of stamp, stims you.
Okay, hi. You have picked possibly the worst person in the galaxy. By God, I will try.
I didn't. What have I got myself into?
That's a good question.
By the way, Conrad,
Yes.
now that you're finally sober, you can realize that your combat is being a little busy.
Oh, wondrous.
The Apollyon, has been deeply concerned about you. Skipping over all of the other bullshit over the course of the night, the last sentence that Apollyon sent to you before giving up is, "We should go flying sometime."
My immediate response, now that I'm sober, is fuck yes. Also, I'm sorry I completely ignored you. I was in a bad place. No spaces.
I love how, like, half the goddamn crew, or I guess half of the party / major members of the crew, are just sitting here trying to cheer Conrad up.
Oh yeah.
Anyway.
Conrad depressed. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yes, so you two want to go deal with this whole romance thing?
Yep, Conrad's gonna like observe the situation and be like, "How the fuck can I help?" Also, I'm going to guess Alervian gave her what's almost a buzz top.
No, actually, here's the funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a buzz cut, and it's not like anything weird or anything like that. But the best way to put it is, your hair's been cut short like a man's.
Right.
It's
Okay.
been cut very short. Still one single braid of hair that goes down around your shoulder.
I have a punk knot.
Yes. Because you asked the goddamn Dark Eldar to give you a manly haircut. And he's like, yeah, punk knots are manly.
This fucking faggot. But yes, I have a
So,
punk
yeah.
knot now. I'm sure the crew isn't gonna be like, "When did that happen?" But yeah, punk knot Conrad, apparently. Gonna have to update my character description.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Yeah, I try my best to help Sil. I'm sure that goes well.
It's probably just 4 days of staring at the navigator navigating.
Well, it's 4 days of you trying to disseminate to Conrad what she likes and what she doesn't like. And Sil probably being like, "I don't fucking know."
Okay, so true story. Alervian gives you much more useful advice than Conrad does.
Hey, she doesn't know that. I'm a Lurvian's mouthpiece.
Okay, then yeah.
I mean, I can't stop Lurvian, whenever I finally go to sleep and he goes over to her and so like, "No, that was all me."
Yeah, anyway, we'll deal with that later.
So yeah.
So what the advice mostly boils down to is be yourself. Don't try to overdo it. Simple stuff like that Sil would never really think about. Oh, and it's pretty obvious that you're the, how do I put this? Top in this position, so there's no problem with you being more aggressive.
What the fuck does that mean?
Oh god. I'm sorry.
Which is great, because that comes out of Conrad. Like, fuck! What I'm trying to say is, it's obvious that she likes you. So there's no point beating around the bush. Just go do it.
But I can't do anything right now. She's navigating.
That is true, yes.
I don't want to wait.
Well, guess what? We're stuck in the warp for another 4 days. But guess what, Sil? Find solace. Because you have fucking 4 days of paperwork waiting for you.
Oh no.
Oh,
All I see is the scene from Toy Story, and it's just paperwork everywhere.
what 4 days of paperwork?
Yeah, because the reason why Scorps doesn't want to get promoted is so he doesn't do that shit.
Hey, this keeps up, Sil will be almost as good at paperwork as her brother.
Shut the fuck up.
Am I wrong?
Oh god. Anyway, so you all have something to keep you busy for the next 4 days, correct?
Laura's
Yep.
babysitting the tanks and working out with the tech priests.
Great.
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with that.
Oh no, I was talking about something to keep Redden busy.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh no, I already know what's keeping you busy, Redden.
Exactly.
No. You don't
Oh.
you don't understand.
Oh no.
You don't understand.
Oh no.
You see, Shade is going to keep you very, very busy.
Oh no.
Despite not being able to teach you how to phase through walls, by god damn it, she's gonna train you. Which means you're stuck learning the finer points of infiltration for the next 4 days.
Yet again.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you didn't fucking remember!
Oh.
You have failed.
Redden.
Did you expect any less?
Plus,
It's Reddit.
you know, she wants to spend time with you.
But that's on the DL.
Anyway, I'm just gonna skip past those 4 days like nothing happened. Still does paperwork. Redden tries not to get raped. Laura talks with some tanks. And Conrad does all the captain stuff that she's been putting off.
What about
Yep.
working out with the tech priests?
I mean, that kind of just happens.
Fair point.
You know?
I'm just being an ass.
Anyway, so 4 days come and go, and you translate in halfway into the system. It's actually a pretty damn good jump. You're
Wonderful.
like 12 to 18 hours away from the planet.
That
We
is
should've talked
good.
Strategy before now.
Well, you see, here's the beautiful part.
Mm-hmm.
Apollyon is, well, how do I put this? A little worried?
Oh no.
What she's worried about.
Well, there's a fuck huge massive fleet of Tau ships around the world.
Of course there is.
What are we transmitting as right now?
The Apollyon.
No, would it be RFID in fucking 40k?
It'd be an IFF.
Do they show like allegiance or like have any tags on them, or is it just simply the name of the ship?
It's just the name of the ship in your guys' case, since you're an Inquisition vessel. In all intents and purposes, you look like a small trading vessel.
Okay.
That's good.
Going to inform Apollyon that, for right now, just keep her running slow and steady, and we're going to wait for... I'm going to guess that we're going to hit their communication range first, so we wait for that to happen.
Okay, well, it's pretty simple. When you enter their communication range, you're sitting on the bridge, right? Just hanging out, doing your captain thing.
on the
Waiting
throne,
for
waiting for the fucking ultimatum of identify yourself or die.
Right. And Shade walks in.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And by the way, she's wearing Noble's clothes.
I will just mention the fact that the moment she says hello, Conrad double takes.
Yeah, that is a double take moment.
Are you here to talk to them?
I am indeed.
Cool. Just gonna continue to sit on my command throne and wait.
Just dumbfounded, like... Eh?
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 I mean, look,
Eh?
she's probably got a better chance than I do in being like, hi.
So, yeah,
Oh.
what happens... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No.
Okay. So, the communication you get is pretty obvious. Identify yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Shade hits the button to transmit and starts recording her message. Her message goes as such. I am Amelia von Braun, heir of the von Braun household. I am here on vacation with my retinue. With that, she hits the send button, looks over at you.
I fucking go cool. I mean, I can't pay to go on a fucking...
You have no idea what this planet is, do you?
I'll be honest with you. Kinda didn't read up on the fucking file since I've been back. Should've done that at some point.
Shade smiles. Like, actually genuinely smiles at you.
This only gets creepy. This is only getting creepier.
This is a resort world.
So we're here on vacation. Right?
I mean, yes, but we're also here on Inquisition business?
Right, I'm saying our official story is we're here on vacation.
As I just sent. Which means we'll have to play the part.
So I'm going to imagine that we're your security. Along with Gallerhorn, probably.
Well, some are security, one's my boyfriend.
Oh. Well, I can only imagine who you chose for that role.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of which, how do you
Yes?
put up with him?
He's everything I'm not. Everything I ever wanted to be.
You wish that you didn't make as many decisions as you do.
I wish I wasn't born into riches. I wish that I wasn't skilled or powerful. I wish I wasn't blessed with abilities from the warp.
Oh. Well then, I suppose you have a reason. I was just
Oh,
curious.
I should probably also transmit. She starts fiddling with the console again. Okay, there. I've also cleared Barnabas's ship as part of my retinue. He should be
Was
dropping
that-
on warp in the next few hours.
Okay, I was actually gonna check with Polyon if he had appeared in system yet.
No, his ETA to arrival is 3 hours behind you. Now, mind you, this is warp travel, so this could be anywhere from 3 hours to 3 years, depending on how bad he rolled.
Of course, but I mean, Conrad doesn't know that. I can't wait for it to be stuck on 1 for the next 2 years. There's 1 second left.
Anyway, so yes, you all have the acknowledgement that you're here on vacation, and that you are allowed to land, and your second ship, and the rest of the retinue, will also be given clearance to land aside your ship. And you are told to please enjoy your stay.
So to ask, by the way, so the transmission, does it come from planet or does it come from the Tau Warfleet?
It comes from the planet.
Okay. And I'm going to
then-
assume it's not like one of those PIC communications where we could see the receiver, well, the sender.
No, it's audio only.
This is great.
So Shade then proceeds to walk right up to the command throne.
Oh, you're gonna have to take my seat?
No. She dips a hand into the pocket of the clothes she's wearing, specifically the coat, pulls out a big old bag,
It's a big bag that was in your pocket.
drops it in your lap.
Is it a head? I open it.
It's thrones, a lot of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Shade
Oh,
says
okay,
some
okay,
spending
wait.
money.
Okay.
You're the retinue of one of the richest nobles on Terra. You better have some spending money.
Do you just have like millions of thrones on standby in physical somewhere?
Hmm?
How many fucking thrones do you have on physical standby for this shit?
Oh, you don't know? I guess you wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm not exactly versed in the politics of... Where are you from again?
Terra.
Oh, yeah, definitely don't know shit about Terra.
Right. Well, Von Baron Trading Enterprises is the biggest trading enterprise in the galaxy. Suffice to say, I could get money from just about anywhere. We have subsidiaries all over.
Doesn't that mean... I would imagine the Tau know about that, then.
Indeed.
Doesn't that mean we're going to be swamped with, like, Tau who are going to, like, be sucking your proverbial cock?
No.
Okay, that's...
This world prides itself on its privacy and its lack of imperial laws. It's essentially a playground for the nobles of the galaxy.
And I'm going to imagine now its lack of, Tau law?
Yes. Even though the Tau do hold the defense contract for the world, they can't directly intervene in any police matters.
Alright. So we don't have to worry about getting plasma shot. Got it. At least...
However, the security forces do make heavy use of Tau technology.
So we will get shot by plasma. Got it.
Most importantly, they use a large amount of Tau surveillance drones, complete with scanners, which means I would strongly suggest none of you bring any weapons with you to the surface. At least nothing that could be noticed by a scanner. Conventional arms.
Do you have a way to check if something would get caught or not?
Oh, yes. Any conventional weaponry. However, some of the more exotic pieces you have could probably pass by.
I pull out the black box. What about this thing?
Can you make it look like a package of cigarettes? Or cigars? Or a little trinket that you could wear around your neck?
Have we tried that yet, Valerian?
Nope.
I try it.
Okay, so it turns into a nice multi-ringed bracelet.
Oh, cool.
That's convenient. I wonder why I haven't tried that before.
Conrad's like, it's either gun or box. It's all that matter.
Gun or box.
Wait a second. Does that mean I can have it? Hold on a second. If I shift it into a pistol and then back to the bracelet, can it kick swap back to the pistol?
Yes.
Excellent.
Fucking point, anyway. So,
God.
I know this is probably coming up suddenly, but I believe this is where I will end it for the evening.
Okay.
Just because I wanted us to get to the Tau world.
Oh.
Have Miss Von Braun be all like, I'm gonna swing my proverbial huge dick around and reveal to you that I'm all fucking loaded.
The terminology is big dick energy.
Anyway.
Oh, this is great. Oh, Lord. This was a bit of a roller coaster.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. There's no breaks, no stops, no bathroom breaks. You can't get off.
Never ends.
Uh-huh.
I've been rattled, boys.
Anyway, as per usual in my custom at the end of the session, thoughts, comments, concerns. Did you have fun?
Yes,
Yeah.
and I think this is where I'm gonna kill the stream.